The Blades Ramble is proudly sponsored by My Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. Contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk for more information or follow the link in the description below.
Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
Never get bored of that. Matilda Shakes, absolutely brilliant. Why is that on? Why is that on? Get this display name off. And we'll start properly. What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is 10-minute transfers. And today we're talking about a strange old rumour that is a case of if A happens, B might happen. I would like to see B potentially happen if A doesn't happen. I don't think A will happen. I hope A don't happen. But B happening, now that they've considered it, if A happens, isn't a bad scenario. So, what the hell are you talking about, Jimmy? I will tell you. So, there's been an article released by Peterborough Today, the newspaper in Peterborough, that says, in the event that Harrison Burrows was to leave Sheffield United, Sheffield United might be interested in their own Harrison Burrows replacement, which is obviously where we got HB14 to begin with, Harley Mills. So this is the article. And again, just snippets from this article, like we did with the Blasters article yesterday, because you should be going and reading for yourself, really. I don't want to take full credit from Peterborough Today, but so these are just snippets. But Posh are facing that's a nickname for Peterborough United, if you don't know. Posh are facing a battle to keep hold of a number of their young talent this summer. Owner Darren McAntony, very popular owner, particularly on social media, has confirmed that the club has received a number of bids for key assets. Harley Mills, was linked with a move to Championship side Queen's Park Rangers in January. Posh want to make Mills a key part of their plans for next season, with him battling with Rio Adebisi for the starting spot, but no attempts to get him sign, which I assume is to sign a new contract, has been, as of yet, all attempts have been fruitless. His deal expires in the summer. Now, that means next summer, obviously not this summer that we're in currently. They're talking about now, it's a fresh coat of paint. Next summer, his deal will expire. Posh are believed to be open to selling any player this summer who's coming into their final year and is unwilling to sign a new deal. That is their business model, essentially. They don't want to lose money on any assets, and it makes sense for them that, look, if the players are refusing to sign, basically they know that if the player's got 2 years to run on his deal, there's only really a year to run at that level. So a bit like the situation we're in with Anel. They go on to say, on his podcast, Hard Truth, I believe it's called, because I'm a fan of the show, McAntony also revealed that Championship Sheffield United, all right, no need to say Championship, is there? Could have just put Sheffield United, but McAntony also revealed that Sheffield United have been scouting Harley Mills, with their head scout recently submitting a must-sign-him report on Mills should Harrison Burrows leave the club in the summer. On speculation, McAntony said, we have had bids for some of our premium young players. Unless they are blockbuster offers, though, we want to keep them. What Donnelly, Mills and players like that are really important. I mean, I'm not so sure on some of the language used, to be fair. But basically, if you read into what he said in that last sentences, unless they're blockbuster offers, we want to keep them. That doesn't mean only a blockbuster offer will get them out of there, because they're in the last year of the contract. It's rumoured that Fulham had considered or offered at one stage £1 million for Mills, whether that's actually paper talk or whether it's just a consideration at this time. If that's the sort of price range you're talking about, then is he an improvement? Well, we don't know, do we? All we know at the minute is there's interest. So let me have a little look on our trusty FootMob and transfer market sites just to let us know a little bit more about Harley Mills. He's 19 years old. And let's have a look and see how many games he played. He played 17 times for Peterborough this season, just gone, scoring 2 goals. Interesting. Had a little spell. In fact, he started the season he had 4 games at the start of the season. So in total, he's played 21 games for Peterborough. Then in September, he went on loan to Enfield Town and played 8 times. Then he came back in November 2024. They recalled him early, and he played 17 games and scored 2 goals. So he obviously impressed out on loan. His stats are okay, all right, not amazing, if I'm honest. Dribble success, 66%. Duels won, 62%. So the majority, again, he's won the majority of his aerial duels with 57%. Won the majority of his tackles, 66%. Pass accuracy, 70. So there's room for improvement. But again, 19 years old. He came through the Aston Villa Youth Academy, looking at some of this on Transfer Market now. And obviously went through then Peterborough's youth team. He looks all right. He looks a bit of a good prospect, is what I'd probably say. They've got Era's contract expiring on 30th of June, end of this month, 2025. But obviously, as reported in the article, he has got until he's got another year. So you assume that is an extension option that the Posh will exercise. So is he a decent deal for Sheffield United? Well, really, it's untested. Unless you've got eyes on him properly or you've seen him in the flesh, we don't know. We just don't know. But 19 years old is no age. And we've just let go of a young left-back in Harry Boys, who was a touch older. I think he was 21, who we thought was going to be the next one to come through. I think it's also fair to say that Reece Norrington-Davies has not been anywhere near the level he used to be. And that's disappointing for everybody involved. But I could certainly see Reece moving on in the summer, which leaves us with 2 first-team left-backs in Harrison Burrows and Sam McCallum. There might be an arrangement you could come to, potentially, with Peterborough for a small outlay if we think he is and again, this is more for the scouts to decide and the people that have been watching him, because we can only go off the basic stats that we've got, and there's not much of a scale to go on. Maybe we sign him and loan him back for the season if he's going to be there starting left back next season and he has a season in League One. Maybe that's a long-term signing. You know, like these AI signings that we've been looking at. Maybe stick him into the AI model and see how he pops out of that machine, if you like. The level he's been playing at is much higher than Jeff and Chris, who we've already signed through the AI data-driven approach. So there might be different stats in terms of that, but you've got to take into consideration the level. So it might be a good signing. What I don't think will happen is that he'll come in as a replacement for Harrison Burrows. Look, Darren McAntony has got to say he's going to be a fantastic prospect and he's going to be a brilliant replacement. In my opinion, Harrison Burrows goes nowhere this summer. A little bit like what we were talking about yesterday with Ollie Arblaster. Harrison Burrows has come into our side, done very, very well. Adapted to Championship football really, really. He's come on really strong. He was in the Championship team of the season. A lot of Leeds fans will say that Firpo would have got in had you been allowed more than 3 players from each team in the side. Whichever way you look at it, he got into the Championship team. Even if you class him as the second best left back in the league. Don't look like Firpo's staying at Leeds, by the way. But a very good player at the level, established himself, got better and better every year. The League One Player of the year before. Now in the Championship team of the season, in his first season at the level. You've got to imagine he's only going to get better. And players like him and Michael Cooper and Tyrese Campbell, I think, has established himself. Sidney Peck now. Players that are establishing themselves within this side. And he's the future of Sheffield United. If we go again, if he gives us one more season and we can actually achieve promotion, then he's a great fit for Sheffield United, particularly at that left-back spot. Because I think there's a bit of snobbery around Premier League clubs. I don't think many of them will be seeing Harrison Burrows as a starting left-back for them at the moment in the Premier League. He would have started for us in the Prem, but I don't think anybody will, like Leeds, for example, if they do lose Firpo, I'd be surprised if they came in for Burrows, and they'd have to put a lot of money down in order to get him away. So let me hear your thoughts on Harrison Burrows. Will he stay or will he go now? Harley Mills, from the very brief bits that we know about him, would you be up for giving him a chance? Do you think we should be bringing him in? It's a difficult one to sort of say either way, because if you're putting money down for him, then it's money out of the budget, and we don't really know much about him other than the reports and the brief bits of stats that we've got. So it's difficult to make a decision, but you've got to think we'll be a lot lighter this season if Reece does indeed go in that left back position, because Sam McCallum would need to kick on a little bit, I think, if he's going to really start to push Harrison Burrows. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you again for all your support of the channel. It's absolutely fantastic. We're growing at a really rapid rate. These videos have done really well. I'm really appreciative, but I am over time again because these are 10-minute transfers. So come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blue!